Hi, hello. Welcome to another episode of Isaiah's Newsstand. It's your host, Isaiah Edwards. The date is July the 4th, 2024. Hopefully, this episode finds you well, in good spirits, and high hopes. As for me, I'm doing pretty good. Happy 4th of July to you. Happy Independence Day. If that's what you're into, that's what you celebrate. Big day for Americans to eat a bunch of glizzies and some hot dogs. So I'm excited for that. Let's see here. As for me, how's my day going? What am I up to? I haven't done too much. I slept in with my day off. I got the day off today. That's really nice. Why I'm reporting in a little earlier than usual. Would have been even earlier, but I was like, you know what? My brain is literally like too tired to function. I'm just going to take a nap. So I took a little morning nap there because y'all know how my sleep schedule is, or lack thereof. So here we are. I would like to say fully rested, but we'll say rested enough. What was my food corner last night? What did we eat? What did we grub on? I had pasta bolognese, and it was really good. It was really yummy. Had a big salad to go along with it, and 2 toasted bolillo rolls with some cheese on them. So yeah, it was good. It was yummy. Not much else to report on the personal side, so we'll go ahead and do our startup, and we'll get into some news. All right. Our first couple stories are coming out of Israel. Israel and Lebanon and Gaza. I guess we're going to be specific about all 3 parties involved here. But yeah, our first part of the story comes from Al Jazeera. Why Israel ordered yet another evacuation of Gaza's Han Yunis. Now, this felt like a story that was kind of getting away from me in terms of like, I don't know, I didn't cover it initially when I had heard it. So I was like, okay, days kind of gone by. I'm still going to, get into it. And then there was another story that kind of also came up the other day that I was like, all right, we'll just kind of bundle them together in a way. But Israel's latest mass evacuation order told 250,000 displaced people in Han Yunis, Gaza's second largest city, to leave as it carries out renewed attacks in southern Gaza. The order comes as fierce fighting traps Palestinians in Rafah, the south of the Gaza Strip, and the Shanjia neighborhood in Gaza City in the north. Let's see here. The Israeli army first told Palestinians to evacuate immediately to the humanitarian zone without specifying where, which is sadly a thing that we've, kind of come to be accustomed to when it comes to the IDF saying, hey, like, you guys have to get out of this area. It's it's life or death, but they don't tell you where is a safe place to go in an area where anywhere you go isn't safe, that you could be bombed or killed at any given moment. And you're essentially, it's just you in your tent, and you and your family in your tent, and you're living day to day. So then 13 hours later, a post on X told people to head to Al-Mawasi humanitarian zone. So if you're lucky enough to catch that, then it's like, okay, so now I know what exact humanitarian zone I should go to so I don't get fucking blown up. Let's see. But at least 25 people were killed in 2 Israeli attacks on Al-Mawasi on June 21st, and some 21 people in another attack on May 28th, according to Palestinian officials. So just wanted to add that update before it kind of got away and faded away before, I talked about it. It's one of those things where I don't want this to, exit the forefront of the conversation as we're talking so much about Donald Trump and Joe Biden, whether or not he's fit for purchase, even though purchase or purpose. I want to say purpose. I either work here, whatever. But, he's not fit to lead, but needless to say, that's not really important. People are, fucking dying, and, I feel like that's not as much of a main thing on the, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? Main stage of the week. I don't know. Words are escaping me. I'm sorry. Anyway, the second half here from Reuters. Israeli strike kills a senior Hezbollah commander in South Lebanon. An Israeli strike killed one of Hezbollah's top commanders in South Lebanon on Wednesday, prompting retaliatory rocket fire by the Iran-backed group in Israel as their or into Israel as their dangerously poised conflict rumbled on. The Israeli military said it had struck and eliminated Hezbollah's Mohammed Nasser, calling him commander of a unit responsible for firing from South Lebanon at Israel. Nasser, killed by an airstrike near the city of Tyre in southern Lebanon, was one of the most senior Hezbollah commanders to die yet in the conflict, two security sources in Lebanon said. Also, I believe another Hezbollah fighter and a civilian were killed in this strike. Let's see here. What else did I want to pull from this? Sorry, let me keep scrolling ahead here. Nasser was the same rank and importance as Talib Abdallah, a top commander who was killed by an Israeli strike in June, prompting Hezbollah to fire its largest barrages of drones and rockets yet in retaliation. Also, in terms of after Nasser was killed, Lebanon fired, I think it said 100 rockets, 100 Katyusha rockets. I know I'm pronouncing that wrong. At an Israeli military base, and its Iranian-made Falak missiles at another base in the town of Kiryat Shmona near the Israeli-Lebanese border. But I haven't heard of any fatalities or, any big damage out of that. But that's probably, due to Israel's Iron Dome. That shit is always working. Let's see here. Was there anything else I wanted to pull out of this article? Nope. Looks like we got to the end of it. But yeah, that's just a couple of the stories out of Israel that I wanted to cover. I know, like I said, I haven't really talked too much this week. There's been other things, but, Gaza is still a thing that is on my mind, and definitely something I know that is, a topic that you gotta keep talking about. All right. Anyway, let's move on to the next thing. Coming out of Italy, the Mountain Democrat. Sicily's Mount Etna erupts with majestic cascade of lava. Now, there's not much to read here. I've been seeing a lot of videos and stills. But, this thing blew up today. The Vorgine crater of Sicily's Mount Etna awoke from a 4-year silence with vigorous explosions and incandescent shreds coming out from the top of the volcano. The 3,330-meter high volcano, Europe's most active, is believed to have the longest documented history of eruptions among all volcanoes, with records dating back to as early as 425 BCE. So there you go. Little volcano news, little nature news there. Haven't heard of any fatalities, so there you go. Silver linings. Hopefully people are just enjoying it safely. All right. Now we're going to close out with some not-so-savory news. We got to talk about Diddy. Let's go ahead and take our last break, and we'll go ahead and close it out. All right, now this is the same story from two different articles, but from the BBC. Diddy faces new sexual assault case. This is where I initially just found it when I was scrolling through the BBC. But we're gonna be reading from the New York Post just because they actually have the what happened, whereas the BBC kind of grazes over it. Oh, it's another sexual assault, sex trafficking allegation. but they don't go into any of the details. Which again, it's pretty, it's pretty grim stuff to get into. But I wanted to get into at least a little bit of it. So Sean, should I read? Did I read the title? My bad. From the New York Post. Sean Diddy Combs accused of forcing ex-porn star to have sex with guests at his Hampton parties in latest lawsuit. Sean Diddy Combs allegedly forced a former porn star to have sex with guests at his famed Hamptons parties, according to the latest lawsuit filed against the tarnished music mogul. The ex-adult film star, Adria English, accused the rapper in the lawsuit of grooming her into a sex trafficking victim while she worked as a go-go dancer at his annual white party nearly 2 decades ago. And when she finally fled from Combs' grip in 2009, she says he ruined her career in the entertainment industry, according to the suit filed in Manhattan federal court on Wednesday. English, whose stage name in the adult film industry was Amunique, first met Diddy in 2004 while she was with her then boyfriend, model Anthony Gallo, who had an audition for the fashion company Sean John. Man, it's been a while since I've talked about Sean John or even worn Sean John anything. The lawsuit alleges Gallo was guaranteed the gig by Sean John by a Sean John employee if he convinced English to work at Diddy's upcoming Hamptons party, the lawsuit alleges. During the first party, English wasn't forced to have sex with attendees, but that changed in subsequent years, according to the lawsuit. During one party, she was told to wear a black dress that she believes was a signal to others that she was a sex-trafficked sex worker, which I'm sure maybe some people are thinking, like, well, how does a black dress in a club or a party-like situation, how does that, like, equate to, like, being, like, trafficked for sex? Well, I think this is in regards to, like, the white party specifically, but regardless, I mean, you can sort these things out and be like, hey, this person looks like this, they'll be in a black dress. Like, it can be as simple as that. So, one guest she was forced to sleep with was jeweler Jacob Arabov. I've never said his last name before. Arabov. There you go. Jacob Arabov, also known as Jacob the Jeweler. I've definitely heard his name referenced in, rap lyrics, so he's a known quantity in the industry. The lawsuit alleges, at the end of the night, defendant Combs personally congratulated plaintiff for following his directives with defendant Jacob and a job well done, the lawsuit states. English complied with Diddy's demands because she feared for her safety and future job prospects and Gallo's employment with Sean John, the lawsuit states. She also attended parties he held in Miami, where she claims he was sexually assaulted by other guests at the direction of Combs as an ongoing corrupt sex trafficking organization, per the lawsuit. While Combs offered to help English break into the music industry, he later blackballed her and Gallo when she stopped working for him in 2009 and fled to California, her legal team says. She's seeking unspecified damages after suffering severe emotional distress. So yeah, I wanted to kind of read out the whole situation to not make this kind of seem like one of the many allegations that he is up against. Though referencing back to the BBC thing, the federal investigation is still ongoing, but nothing, like there's been no arrests or anything like that. We don't have any update. So I mean, we'll see. I would like to think that the walls are closing in on Diddy and that we're kind of getting somewhere. But as of right now, this is just, once again, just a lawsuit, not exactly a criminal one. So, just wanted to go ahead and talk about that for today. I think, we've cleared it out, cleared the stack. Let's see here. If you'd like to help out, support the effort, I do have a Patreon, patreon.com/Isaiah News. Become a newsie today. Free ways to hit me up, IsaiahNews1@gmail.com. Feel free to follow me or the podcast on any of the socials that you're on or using. Hopefully subscribe to the YouTube, really helps out a lot, and leave a like, a comment, and sharing is caring. It can be fun. So thanks so much for tuning in. Thanks so much for being a friend. And hopefully I see you soon for some more good news. I love ya. Bye-bye. Mwah.